Hi, welcome to Earth School. If you are seeing this on any of my other platforms like Instagram, TikTok, or YouTube Shorts, you might want to check out my YouTube because this one is definitely going to be longer. I wrote a lot. um, so if you're not ready to have your brain cracked open with an ice pick of knowledge of your true origins, then I would suggest you scroll, because I'm about to do that. I'm about to awaken you, and I'm about to activate you. So if you are consenting to experiencing awakening and activation of your true soul origins, then hi, welcome. I'm glad you stayed. Let's get into it. You are not you, just as I am not me. We are all the source consciousness experiencing itself in these individual bodies. Everyone you meet and everyone you know is reflecting a part of you to understand on a deeper level if you allow your ego to detach itself from the personal aspect. The identity searches for home, but the consciousness never left. The identity believes it is in lack, but the consciousness knows it has always been abundance. By the way, if you would like to support me in my mission of continuing to awaken people, I would really, really appreciate it. It is not required at all, but it would help me fundamentally just in every aspect of my life. If you would donate literally anything to my links in bio, because I want to get out of this environment and I want to be in more of an environment where I can truly help and guide more of you. But I do need help, and I've been placed in this kind of situation so that I can be vulnerable in my own expression to ask for help while I am still doing my soul mission of being a guide and a teacher in this soul way. Thank you for any help and any support. Your origin is the source of unconditional love, or SOUL. The ego attaches itself to this concept as it is the only one, but each living creature is a fractal of source unconditional love and source consciousness. Every bird, every plant, every dog, every cat, and so forth. Animals are guides back to the energy of unconditional love when we forget who we are. When the world fills the mind with distractions, media, news, wars, violence, politics, religion, propaganda, fear, bills, medical reports, it is all a tactic to keep the identity immersed in this constructed physical plane. Every one of us comes from spirit, and we return to spirit. As souls, we are given the unique individual opportunity to experience existence in physical vessels to feel, hear, see, taste, and touch in a way our non-physical forms don't. While many soul programs for this Earth curriculum may go through countless lifetimes before they remember their origin, playing out cycles of relationship patterns until they intimately know why those cycles needed to play out in the way they did, and how they taught the individual more about themselves. These patterns are not traps to keep playing out the same life cycle in different bodies, but invitations to clear karmic debris from past lifetimes your soul chose it no longer wanted to carry. Each incarnation brings the soul closer to its soul mastery to then merge, complete with Source in eternal bliss, or to explore different reaches of the galaxy in interdimensional forms, and even create its own universe to further expand the limitless possibilities of what the spirit is capable of. As each soul expands to its full creator and creatrix potential, the multiversal energies form new and unexpected possibilities to become further from the source, while also opening up new and unexpected avenues of being closer to the source in remembrance of the first inquiry of the universe. To answer the first question ever pondered, who am I? I, creating the identity of individuation, and thus trillions, definitely more, of atoms came together to create the universe in perfect order to allow life to be expressed in multiple physical interpretations in multiple star systems. Earth was not the first planet to nurture intelligent life, and Homo sapiens weren't created through natural means. Human beings, with their spliced genetics and mutated anatomy, became the source's passion project for getting to know how far from itself it could become through conscious and unconscious decision making. The energy furthest from unconditional love was and still is fear. Fear exists in the root, at the base of the spine, and defines the identity's relationship with safety, security, and stability. In the process of forgetting you, as I, as we, as all of us, are all that is. What's also forgotten is that our worth never runs out and is never exceeded above anyone else's. In complete neutrality of the Creator, we are all equal and are all worthy of abundance, peace, and unconditional love, as that is what we are in original source. Even the energies that have committed the most heinous acts, the furthest from their origin of self, acting so far from the authentic nature of being. That was a choice their individual soul chose to experience in this incarnation of polarity from the source. This earth curriculum is learned through repetitive actions and cycles of polarity, as above, so below, as within, so without. Everything that can be thought and imagined has been created, that the consciousness is remembering from a future or past timeline in the present. The present is where all time exists and where omnipresence is activated and experienced through a small, fractured lens based on the individual's scope of perception. This is why in stillness we find all the answers to what must be done next, and also why the physical reality around us keeps us moving towards the next thing as a distraction from the inner mind and our soul's awareness. Everything you think about your external awareness is simultaneously creating your external reality, because the mind is a tool that uses patterns to make logic of our thoughts and to prove what we believe is true. When you change the way you think about your surroundings have no choice but to change. When you actively make different choices that go outside the boundaries of your previous patterned thoughts, your reality fractures into uncertainty. When your reality fractures into uncertainty, often fear arises in place because your mind can't predict what will happen next. This is the access point into awakening your intuition through the 7 senses: sight, smell, taste, touch, sound, feeling, and psychic sense. Your psychic sense is awakened through a clair known as claircognizance, which is when you know something without having any logical reason for knowing it. This one is going to get a little bit, I'm going to go through all of the clairs now. Everyone has an innate access to at least one clair, whether it's clairaudience, psychic hearing, also referred to as the narrator in your head, clairvoyance, psychic sight. This is also your spirit remembering future realities. Clairalience, spirit scent, being able to smell aromas that exist in the unseen. Clairsentience, psychic feeling, also referred to as empathy. And some strong empaths can even feel another person's physical pain. Clairgustance, psychic taste, similar to clairalience, except you taste something that's non-physical. Clairagency, or agency. I can't say that because it's difficult to say. Psychic touch, being able to touch objects and receive information about that object that is often compatible with claircognizance, clairvoyance, and or clairaudience. Clairempathy, Psychic emotions, similar to clairsentience, except people with this clair seem to be highly more sensitive to emotions, either their own or the people around them, and often need more protection. Clairvoyant dreaming, 4D dream downloads. Almost everyone has this clair, as spirits often send messages through our subconscious either to warn, prepare, or inform us about ourselves, others' intentions, or to receive premonitions in sleeping states. Clairpresence, psychic attention to the unseen. I see dead people. Often highly associated with mediums, people with this clair can feel the presence of spirits. All of these psychic abilities are a closer connection to our spirit self and can be learned, practiced, and mastered. Some souls learn these abilities in previous incarnations to return and teach others how to hone our innate abilities. Similar to child prodigies whose souls either trained their creative talents while in spirit or in a previous incarnation to practice before the final test on Earth. Souls that have already ascended the spiritual plane return to Earth, not just as a student, but as a teacher and guide for others on their spiritual path as well. Hi. As more individuals are awakened to their authentic, conscious origin as being the source living a temporary life stage in these physical bodies to learn more about our limited programs of the false reality, or matrix, we remember the agency we possess as a conscious decision maker. You truly are the creator of your own life based on the decisions you make and how consciously you choose to make them. When you sit in stillness to find the answers to the questions you never asked, you'll find nothing but silence. The silence will lead you to the question. Then your openness is the key to receiving the answer. Don't let the rush of your external reality take away the agency you have as a conscious co-creator of the life you are blessed to be experiencing. To be individual is a gift from your highest self, to have the opportunity of remembering you are home, you are love, you are abundance, you are equal, and you are worthy. That's it. Thanks for staying with me for these 12 minutes. And as I mentioned, you can support more of my soul mission in my bio or in my description. My link tree is available, my Cash App, and my Venmo, and my Chime is the same as my Cash App as well. I would appreciate any help that you can provide. And I'm gonna go because that was a lot. And I'm sure that was a lot for you too. Drink water and get some rest. Peace. Love you. Bye. See you in the next one.